Hello, this is Vampire, and in this video I thought it'd be good to explain some of the benefits to the SNAG blade shape. Okay, so the first thing that I want to cover is that it has an offensive deployment. What I mean by that is, okay, so you have the knife like this, alright, and as you open the knife, as you can see right here, okay, as I'm opening, the tip immediately comes facing my attacker, alright? So normally the tip would be facing this way. On a normal conventional knife it would be this way, so it's not really a threat to my opponent until it gets to like about here. With this one, it already is pointing towards my opponent, and if my opponent is standing over here on this side to my right, okay, that's where the tip is going anyway. So it would be able to be offensive this way. If they start running in this way, by the time it locks, I could actually perhaps catch them with the tip, all right? And if they are standing to my left, well, this is where the edge is, so I could just cut them that way as so, and it would help me lock the blade actually. Okay, so many times in the past I've explained the benefits of the pistol-shaped design. So this is a pistol-shaped grip, and that's really because, you know, those of you familiar with firearms know that having the weapon in this shape in your wrist, it makes it very, very good for this kind of force motion. Okay, so receiving and giving force this way is going to be very, very strong compared to like a normal knife. Now, so when I'm holding the knife like this and I'm just punching forward, this is, let's say, the target. Okay, as you can see right here, boom, right there. The part that's going to touch immediately upon contact, boom, when I'm just punching straight like this, is this area right here. Okay, so this area is actually kind of like a secondary belly, because this down here is the main belly down here, and then this up here is like a smaller secondary belly. Okay, and that's what's going to hit right there, just making a larger surface area where you're actually cutting and causing damage. And if you look closely right here, as I punch, okay, this bottom serration right here, let me bring it close, right there, that almost acts as like a secondary tip right there. This part right here, right on that notch, okay, that almost acts as a secondary tip, kind of like on a tanto blade, you have like that secondary tip going on. So that area comes in right away. The next thing that I want to emphasize here is, okay, so let's say we're holding the SNAG knife like this, okay, and pretend like this is my opponent or whatever, something solid, a solid target. If you see this position right here, all right, you see how my fist is away from the target. You can see right there, it's the blade touches, okay, the blade edge touches and the ring touches. Those are the areas that I want to hit with. So it actually protects my fist. Okay, it protects my fingers, protects my fist, and those are the areas that are making contact. So let's try it in the reverse grip, right? And it's the same thing. The ring touches, the blade touches, and my fingers and my fist is away. Alright, boom, just like this, you can see. So now if I'm curving it this way, I mean, you can see that my hand, my fist is way far away, so that's great. And if I'm doing it this way, you know, my bottom fingers and stuff, they're going to be nice and far away, of course. But even if it's like this, which is the closest, you can still see that my hand is protected. Okay, the next benefit actually comes in defensively. So if my opponent grabs my wrists, okay, you can see right here, see that? You can see how much the blade, the tip would be going into the arm. So I could put it right here and just stab all the way up to there. So that's my counter attack move to a wrist grab. Let's say they grab more towards the fist for trying to control, trying to prevent that kind of action, trying to prevent me from, manipulating my wrist to cut them. So they grab my hand, let's say. Even then, you can see, just because of the highly curved arc, that I could still reach them, not a problem. A curved blade is highly beneficial to increase the surface area, the cutting. It wraps around when it cuts, and makes really good slashers. And you could also sink in the tip for tearing. So it does that really well. But a lot of times, it's not really good for stabbing. Whereas this knife, the snag shape right here, you can see that it's pretty much pointing upwards right here. I could stab this way, not a problem. I could stab in this way. It's just that instead of having it right here, it's further off, but it still pointing upwards. So I could stab this way, and let's say in the reverse grip, the same thing. I could stab down, not a problem. It's just further away from my hand, which actually kind of makes it safer for me, but I can still stab, and if I want that leverage, that's where this comes in. That's where that shape comes in. And of course, I could use the thumb support for even more leverage as well. Okay, so this last point is probably something you know very well with curved blades. They just have this capability to do, is to go around the target. So right here, let's say I'm right here and I want to hit the white stick, but the gray stick is protecting it. All right, it's right in front of it, so I cannot access the white stick. But if I go around like this, then I can access the white stick, not a problem. So let me try to show you guys there right here. The gray stick is in front of me. You guys can't see it right now, but I can't. If I went straight like this, I cannot hit the white stick. But then this way, not a problem. I could go right away into the white stick.